Hello everyone, welcome to my virtual tour to my first personal exhibition. The name of the exhibition is Birds of Russia and Birds of Europe. You may ask me why I painted only Russian birds, and because a year ago I was thinking that I want to have my first personal exhibition in my hometown or near my hometown, so this is why I painted only Russian birds. It doesn't mean that I only love Russian birds. I love all the birds because birds are fantastic. So when we talk about birds and animals, it's important to remember that there's two things. One is called anthropomorphism and the other behaviorism. Both of these things are harmful because anthropomorphism is when you think that animals and birds have human qualities. For example, you come home and you see your dog is very excited and happy, and you say something like, "Oh, this dog is so happy to see me, it's smiling." This is incorrect because dogs cannot smile, they don't have muscles here. So this is example of anthropomorphism, when we add human qualities to birds and animals. But also important not to become behaviorists and think that only instincts is the only thing that animals and birds can experience. This is also incorrect because birds and animals are capable of feeling. For example, humans have the hormone oxytocin, and this hormone makes us love somebody and feel attachment to someone. Birds have two other hormones, mesotocin and vasotocin. These hormones make them feel attachment to each other and to humans sometimes, human owners. So it is also incorrect to say that birds are dumb or birds cannot experience feelings and emotions. They can. Ethology studies animals. It's much better than behaviorism because they view animals and birds, their psyche, their behavior, and being objective about what they're capable or not capable of. So this is a long beginning. Let's start talking about paintings. By the way, I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Natasha. I'm a visual artist. I like to paint. I love birds, and also I'm someone who can experience a sunstroke and catch a cold at the same time. I don't know why you need this information, but here you have it. So let's talk about this painting. First painting is crow brings gifts to human. There are some cases when crows brought some gifts to a human. When a human, I don't know if this is possible to have this experiment and to feed a crow, so it would bring gifts. And also, crows don't bring you something like money or something fancy. They bring some small things like, sorry, I forgot the name of it. I'll write what they bring to human. But what I painted is because I was really inspired, and I love that birds can be grateful and can bring something to human. So let's watch the next painting. The next painting is European robin and magnetic field. When scientists were curious about how birds can find their way home or how they can travel to the hot countries, they always were questioning how can they find the way, what's guiding birds. And so scientists made an experiment. They attached magnets to the robin, and robins could not find their way home. This experiment proved that birds somehow can feel magnetic field or can see it, I don't know, to be honest. I'm not ornithologist or biologist, I'm just an oil painter, so I may be incorrect, but I thought that this is interesting, so I painted European robin and magnetic field of the Earth. So birds use not only this feeling of magnetic field, but also vision, hearing, and other things to help them to find the way home or how to travel to different countries. The next painting is magpie recognizes itself in a mirror. Not all the animals and birds can recognize themselves in a mirror, but what this experiment proved that magpies have conscientiousness. I painted two people who decided to make the same experiment that scientists were doing. They painted this red dot on right here on the magpie's neck, and when bird saw this, it realized that this was paint and erased it with its paw, erased it when it looked at a mirror, and it's proved that birds can recognize themselves in a mirror. Magpies can recognize themselves in a mirror. If you're interested more about it, you can read the book about Franz de Waal. It will tell you all the information about which animals and birds can have conscientiousness. By the way, if you can hear my stomach, I'm sorry, I haven't had breakfast. I hope my mic doesn't pick the sound. The next painting is about pigeons and art. Japanese scientists decided to teach birds to differentiate two artists. Picasso, here is Portrait of the Woman by Picasso, and Claude Monet, I don't remember the name of the painting. And what surprised is that the pigeons could differentiate between these two artists, and when the scientists showed them different pictures of this artist, they could recognize it. They received IG Nobel Prize for it because this is a very weird experiment, and it's one of these experiments when scientists do it and everyone is like, why would they do this experiment? But I thought this is fun, so I painted it. Next painting is black-capped chickadee. I hope I pronounced the name correctly. This small bird is hiding food. By the way, if you look at this painting and see that this is like giant bird, this is not true. These birds are really small. It just close up. I painted it like it's very close to us. And this little bird is hiding food in a tree. So why I painted it? I painted it because I was really surprised when I heard that birds can remember for half a year all of their stashes, and not just some kind of small portion of the stashes. They can remember for half a year around 1,000 food stashes which they hide in the winter time. I was surprised by it because if you have a dog, you maybe noticed that sometimes dogs, when they hide food, they cannot find it because they forget about it. But this bird can remember such things for half a year, and this is insane because, for example, I not always remember what I had for breakfast yesterday, but this bird can have this fantastic memory, and well, it makes sense because they need somehow to survive in the winter when it's cold and they have no food. But this surprised me, so I painted it. Let's look at the next paintings. Next two paintings is about kleptoparasitism, or to say it differently, piracy among the birds. Peregrine falcon stole this is before and this painting is after. Peregrine falcon stole the food from imperial eagle and flies away with it. I thought this is cool that piracy exists in the bird world, so I painted it. Maybe you saw videos on the internet how seagulls like to steal food from people. For example, I saw one video where seagull stole this giant, the whole pizza from someone who was eating it on the beach. So I thought this is cool, so I painted it. Next paintings. Next paintings is crowd that slides off the roof on this improvised snowboard. There is a video, old video on the internet. I think it was recorded in Russia, but I'm not sure. The crow is sliding off the roof. Why it was doing it? Because it was having fun. Birds like to play and have fun. Birds are very intelligent and they like to play, and crows are one of the most intelligent birds you can possibly imagine, because crows can learn how to speak, they can play, they can get very attached to humans. Crows are fun birds. So the next painting is about polar owl. This painting doesn't have complicated story. It's just about an owl that likes to stretch itself. I don't know if you've ever seen how birds like to stretch itself. They do this fun motion when they raise their wing and their legs, and this is fun, so I painted it. My little parrots were doing this motion too. I liked it, so I painted it. Next painting. I'm not going to be talking about these two paintings. These two paintings don't have a complicated specific story. I painted this for fun. I was playing with color. I wanted something really colorful, that full of light and life. These two seagulls I often see in my hometown in a lake, and I was just curious about the name of these birds, and to remember it and to memorize it better, I painted both of them so I could remember how they look and the name of them. Next painting is Swan Lake. This is just two swans on a lake because I wanted to paint it. No story, just colorful painting. Next paintings have an interesting story. This is bird goldfinch. This bird was very popular at Europe in 16 because this bird could do a fun trick. It could take this small bucket and get water from this big bucket. Sorry, I don't know how to say it, how to translate it. So it was using this chain, could reach out for the water and it could do this fun trick. Also goldfinches. These goldfinches cost much more than regular goldfinches, and goldfinches have a very beautiful song, and they could do this trick, so these birds were very expensive. And next painting is about ducks. These ducks filter the water because they have in the big receptors that help them to have food in the beak and not have garbage from water. Sorry, I don't know how to translate it. I'm trying my best. Also, I don't have internet on my phone, so I can't Google some words. So improvising in the not native language. This is fun. This is just a funny painting. I was making parody at the subclass of painting that has the name Rooks come back. So I painted how rooks fly away because I wanted to make a joke. That's it. That's the painting. I don't know what to say about next paintings. This is just bird feeder and some fun birds that live in Russia that I never saw before. They eat bees. And the next painting is starlings at the Savelsky Vokzal in Moscow. I saw this picture often when I was going back from university to my hometown, and I was in Moscow, and I often saw these birds. This is why I painted it. I forgot how to say the name in English of this bird, so I just write it down, because in Russian it sounds like zyabliki, but I cannot remember how it says in English. So these two male birds fighting for territory. They usually fight for territory and not for female birds, because they fight for the territory, then they can have territory, and then can meet female birds and have a little chicks with them. So I painted this moment of fight. Next painting, waxwings and fermented berries. I don't know if this painting based on true facts, because I saw a lot of pictures on the internet how waxwings during winter time were eating fermented berries. They were drunk and they're lying on the ground. So I just decided to paint it because I thought this is funny, but then I found some information where some people were saying that this is not possible, because how can birds cannot eat this much fermented berries to become drunk? But I'm not sure about that. I think this is possible, but I'm not a biologist or ornithologist, so I cannot be sure. I'm just a painter who loves birds, and I like to paint. This is why I painted it. So, and two last paintings. This painting about an owl and full moon. Just want to paint a beautiful painting, and it doesn't have story. And this last painting is about barn owls that preening each other. This is the way birds show love to each other. They preen each other, their head here, and I thought that this is cute, and I wanted to paint it. If you have birds at home, parrots, some parrots love it. So if you want to show them love and affection, you can scratch their head here, and they would love it. But please note that they should trust you, and if they trust you and love you, they will allow you to do that. But if they don't like you very much, they will bite you, so be careful. So this is the exhibition. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope everything recorded all right. I hope I have not done many English mistakes. Probably I've done, but it's okay. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.